Hooray!
So we are here for more Fate Reforged. That's what's going on today. We have one pack of Fate Reforged, 2 tickets, and some cons. So,
Some packs of cons are targeted here.
some. So yeah, Kaz is with me today.
I am. Hello.
And just a second here. I'm gonna wait for the. These names are too powerful. I'm going to wait.
Ah.
Okay, there we go. Mostly because that'll give people a chance to filter in and catch more of the draft.
Oh, I thought it might have been like a name you recognized or something.
Nope, I didn't actually see any of them.
Oh. Like, LSV and Homf in the same draft.
Let's
huh?
do it. I'd jump right in.
Let's just draft with Paul Cheon and Louis Scott Vargas.
Yeah. That would be sweet.
That would be kind of awesome, actually.
But yeah,
Am I looking for? I am looking for my own dashboard, and I have found it. Thank you, Internet.
Hey,
Hosted someone else tonight, and I'm going to host you now.
perfect. What is the fate we are trying to reforge today? I don't know. I have no new preferences. I just have my old ones where
All
I
right.
like.
Do you want a plan?
What's a plan? Do you have a plan?
I want to get the black uncommon zombify resurrection thing, and then play every powerful off-color morph that like has no black in it, and not even include lands for them.
And just like, all right, here's my morph, and
Yeah,
it dies. And
morph,
okay,
trade
great.
off, rebuy it, and be like, oh, I'll just buy my Ponyback Brigade.
What if I buy back my? What if I just buy back Sagu Mauler? Huh?
Woolly locks it on. It's right here.
Bruh.
Yeah, getting that with Sagu Mauler would be pretty dang sweet.
Alright, so, this time around, this is max size, so... So Temporal Trespass is here again.
The fakest time walk.
I don't think we even cast it in the first time that I had it.
Yeah, I don't
How
think it ever came out.
How about we look at, like, powerful common and uncommon options? Like,
Alrighty.
what else do we have?
What we have is Sandstep Outcast, I think.
That was the one that came to mind. There's also the Gerbag Angler, but
No, he goes much, much later than Sandstep Outcast.
yeah, I've already done the Temporal Trespass, and I have no need to really pick up the Temporal Trespass. So, the really great white creature. Like, the big thing here is that you have a creature that trades with a morph and then leaves you with a 1/1 flyer.
It's about the best card in the pack, actually. Man.
Really, really good. There's a missing rare here. Alright, so... Not much we found out. Ooh.
Yeah, Oryx Sure Shot.
We just picked up the make 2 guys.
There's also Sandblast if you want to stay on color, and even Surveyor if you want the best blue common.
Right, so I think we have a lot of different choices here. We have Orc Sure Shot as like the kind of like power uncommon sitting in here. We have Sandblast for sticking on color. We have Surveyor as Mist Raven with power. Bathe in Dragonfire is a powerful red card.
Yeah, that's definitely considerable.
I would not pick Cunning Strike here because I don't want to straight commit to a 3-color combination on pick 2. That's too much. Like, especially
I think the upside of Orc Sure Shot is enough that we can just pass on decent removal spells or other out-of-color options.
It's like a removal spell in itself, you know?
Yeah, especially since the first card that we picked makes 2 guys.
Okay, I need to read you. Choose target creature, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, and then put a +1/+1 on that creature for each creature in your grave.
Right. There is one circumstance under which I like Grave Strength,
Uh-huh.
and that is if it is the only non-creature spell in your entire.
Okay, well, looking at powerful cards here, Ugin's Construct exists. Lotus Path Jin exists. Hooded Assassin would be like sticky on color.
I would want Aven Skirmisher before Hooded Assassin.
I disagree a lot on that because Suntail Hawk is, I guess, a warrior, but
He's a warrior and he attacks for Mardu, and there are a whole bunch of ways of pumping up things, and evasion is really, 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 really good.
the big thing I like, luckily there is the Ugin's Construct,
Yeah,
which
like-
steps out as, ooh,
Upgrade your guy. Whoa!
give me more Sand Step.
What's he doing here?
So that's good. There's also Reach of Shadows, which is a real-ass removal spell. A 5-mana instant, almost unconditional kill, which is,
It's like throttle upgrade
effectively.
most of the time.
What are you? You are...
That's the aura that draws you cards for auras.
You're the card that doesn't belong in this set. Got it. You're the card, like, imported straight from Theros Graveyard card. Like, this is a Theros card. What's going on here?
It would be too good in Theros.
I guess so.
You'd be like, oh, wait, no, then they'd have to make it some kind of, like, creature. They're like, wait, how do we make that into a creature that's also that,
That's a good point. It is. Okay, so... we have Channel Harm. What are you? 1 mana, 1/1 whenever it attacks. Oh, loses 1 life. We have a dragon. An actually quite good one as far as choices go.
dragon.
Jeskai Sage, Fierce Invocation.
If you think we're ever getting to that point in the game, I think you should pick Channel Harm. I think Mardu Shadow Spear is hot garbage.
Yeah, I agree.
I would rather have the last 2 Avid Skirmishers than that.
Channel Harm is a giant fog. I guess there's Destructor Dragon would be like I'm playing Abzan. I'm gonna do that actually. I actually don't think we're ever going to get to a point where I'm going to feel super happy about Channel Harm. Ooh.
There is Harsh Sustenance. There's also Abzan Sky Captain.
Those are both very powerful. My thought here is that we already have like tokens.
Bolster is another one of the reasons that I like Aven Skirmisher so much.
Ooh. Definitely one of those two.
You know what? We probably need a removal spell first.
These tokens do fly,
Yeah.
so we'll have...
Yeah, we can bolster onto them.
Yeah.
Sky Captain of the World of Tomorrow is a pretty good card.
I'm gonna set the dragon over on the sideboard for the moment and leave it as a idea for what we could go into. As far as ideas what we could go into, every time I see this card I read it and I go, huh, that's bad, and then I go away. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go,
Yeah, it's good in a
That's
janky legacy combo deck that I have.
so
I just want to gain a whole bunch of life off of a 1-mana creature.
it looks like Map the Wastes or a dragon.
I think Abzan Advantage is considerable. It's this cheap instant combat trick for like the rare Jeskai thing that you get, and you get rid of one of their sieges or ascendancies or something.
I think I'll get Abzan Advantage in like 4 cards from here. And
That's probably
this is hedging my dragon bets. See, Mardu, Abzan. Yeah.
We just end up Rajah. That's
Right.
that's probably better.
Warflare, Formless Nurturing. I think Warflare fits technically better with what's going on here. Like tokens.
Yeah. You have a couple of guys who make guys.
Yeah, like our deck seems more suited to being the Mardu deck than it does, and there's my second pick at Abzan Advantage.
Sadly, I think it's not the pick here, considering there's Hero's Blade.
Yeah, the Blade.
Blade does everything, almost everything that I want out of Abzan Advantage. So yeah, sure.
It lets you get huge.
It lets us play something and then play Ugin's Construct.
I guess this is what I call leaving my options open. I'm basically only really committed to white here. Ooh, Fierce Invocation. Yeah. That's better than a Russian cleric. We could get the dogs.
Oh, dogs.
Or the leeches. I think this is the leeches, right? No. What was that? Slug?
Oh, Molder Slug.
The one from like Gate Crash. It was just like this slug.
Can I please have an Aven Skirmisher? It is far and away the best of these options.
I don't think that Grave Strength works, so I will pick it. I can't tell you how bad I feel about Suntail Hawk in Limited. It's not a card I really want to be playing. And I have two of them now.
The rest of the table seems to agree with you.
Yeah.
The ground gets really bugged up in Khans of Tarkir.
A 1/1 flyer will attack through absolutely nothing ever.
It's gonna attack through everything all the time.
Like
That's why you picked the Sad Step Outcast, so you could have a 1/1 flyer for 3, and this is 1/1 flyer for 1.
You get additional body. Oh, this is great. All right, so we have I have 5 cards I feel happy with, and then like this weird what the hell's going on with 5 colors. Like everything but blue is shown here, and only my white I really feel like basically Sandstep Outcasts. Okay.
Yikes.
So, oh my god, it's a warrior too.
Yeah, who else is a warrior? Avid Skirmisher, and you could have had a Chief of the Edge right here.
Here's the real question. Like, okay, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards I want. Like, how good is Necropolis Fiend versus like Chief of the Edge, I think. Like, am I just going to get my opponent dead?
I would have been perfectly happy with Chief of the Edge if we had had that other even Skirmisher.
Oh my god.
I'm going to be giving you crap about this for the entire time. And then when you draw your Map of the Waste, you're like, ah, if only I had a way to get that last point of reach.
I'm gonna pick the warrior.
Okay.
But, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
God, I can't get you to pick the Skaldkin.
Nope.
Can't get you to pick the Aven Skirmisher.
We all have our... You have your Hooded Assassin. I have my Aven Skirmisher. My Skaldkin. How about that?
That's fair.
You know, if we had more Aven Skirmisher, the timely...
You'd have more targets. No, we want to grab back Chief of the Edge with this.
Yeah.
Wait, he cares about CMC, right?
CMC 2. We only have, like, the 2 right now, but, like, we're going to be picking pretty heavily on them, I feel. Like, that's... What is this? Double Swift Kick? What is this nonsense? Double Kick! That's fine. Basically, it's competing with, like, what? Like, Bitter Revelation or something. Like, there isn't even good red in this pack, effectively. Like, I can pick up the Windscarred Crag.
Windscarred Crag would be alright. He's a warrior, though.
It is true. He is a war... Crackle Doom, huh?
There's really not much next to that.
Like, there's also Abzan Guide if I wanted to be Abzan.
I
And
guess
that's
that is a warrior.
that is a warrior. More war. Like, I'm just warrior tribal. Sultai Scavenger is also real, too. That's a warrior. How committed am I to the two-color plan?
I'd like to be two color a lot. I
Okay.
think if we can get away with being black white, I would be really happy.
I'm gonna fight for consistency, so let's go ahead and fight for consistency. You know what? That's what we'll try to make this specific draft look like. As we see all these gold cards fly around in every direction around us. I think Just Guy Student just gets the nod over every other card in this pack. Karu Bloodsucker's okay, but I do need 2-drops, even if it isn't a warrior.
Hey, maybe that thing that he's holding in the art can be Hero's Blade.
True.
Then we'll pay 6 mana and give him +4/+3 for a turn. Wait, Sultai Rune Mark? What was that doing?
I don't know how that got. What was it? What's Grave Strength?
I don't even remember picking that.
It was our last pick in pack 1.
See, Grave Strength suddenly looks okay with Jeskai Student. I mean, he'll at least
Prowess, and then we just like, and then we put 6 counters on our Avon Skirmisher, and
And then we can cast our Sultai Scavenger for 1 mana. See, Grave Strength is the missing piece. Just does everything we need.
what if every player at this oh, this pack is actually just kind of bad. Never mind. I was going to say, like, man, there's not a lot going on here, but man, there's not a lot going on here. Like, I pick up Kintree Invocation or something?
Yeah. Man. If Shambling Attendants were a warrior, I could recommend that.
But it's not even. It's a zombie with no job.
He's got no job. It's also Siegecraft.
I think we'll get another bite at that.
You can make your own flying dog.
Oh my god. Siegecraft is good. The zoo lies are strong today. What the? Okay, so clearly nobody wants me to play the 2-color consistency game.
I'd be willing to go in on Ponyback Brigade for that.
Is our red better than our green?
The red is more of a plan. The green is more sort of there. Oh, okay. You do get a. Well, you know, you get a dragon in either case.
Yeah, I get a dragon in either case. I get a war flare. I I really wanted to not go into 3 colors, and it's not letting me do that. Alabaster Kieran?
A little surprised that it's even here.
Yeah. I'll be honest, the tipping point for me is War Flare.
I think it's nuts.
Because,
I love it.
I mean, if we're like token-based stuff and like team turning sideways, like War Flare is the finisher we want. The Manifest is bad, and I'm not playing it. Oh my lord! Hyper aggression.
Yeah.
That's
Man,
another.
how great would it be to have Molting Snakeskin in the same deck as Siegecraft?
Is it just me, or is this a card from Theros as well? Like, every time I see this, I think, is that card from Theros?
Yeah, maybe they didn't want black to be that aggressive.
I don't know, like because there was
So
the
like, yeah, they didn't end up with enough. And there was that Blessing of Erebos. Blessing of Erebos is like really close to that card, so they couldn't have both.
yeah. Yes, I like the manifest when I picked it. The thing is, I really don't want to be in the. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want a 5-drop. Yeah, you've basically figured it out. My curve wants to be very low, and Dirkwood Boars isn't the card I want to play at 5.
Well, all these cards are kind of bad.
Did you know that this is actually every red card that was in the pack the first
Uh-oh.
time around? Ah. Yeah, that's the one. Alright, ooh, I'll take Trumpet Blast this time around in case of emergency. Add some cards to the sideboard. Here's our Siegecraft. But yeah, I don't like the Fierce Identification just because I don't feel like it's in the deck. Like, I don't feel like that's what we're doing. You know, playing a 4/4. Like, Ugin's Construct gets to come in because of the power. Like, effectively, we upgrade the Sandstep Outcast to Ugin's Construct or something like that after an attack, or... Yeah, something like that. What I'm looking for here is better creatures early. Maybe a bit more consistency going on. Maybe a land or two.
Okay, what terrible things have happened in my absence? Ooh, Trumpet Blast, though.
We got a Trumpet Blast, and that was about it.
Oh.
Um,
Yep. There aren't any cards in this pack, except that one.
yeah, I actually would be completely fine with Raider Spoils, too.
I think we need the Murder's Cut a little more.
But that's why it's highlighted. It's, did you know that's like Kill Spell? Yeah.
Speaking of 5-mana instant unconditional destruction. Good lord.
Makes that other one look like garbage. So yeah, this is the cut. This is the one cut we finally get to play. Like, we haven't got to pick this card yet, and now we get to pick it in a deck that's gonna go 0-2 drop. That's fine. I would like the Raider Spoils to come back around. I won't lie.
Well, we're getting Unyielding Krumar instead.
We're getting Retribution of the Ancients. It's not even gonna be that kind. We're getting Mardu Blazebringer back. Yeah.
I guess that also says Warrior on the card somewhere.
Mardu Charm? Or Kill Shot?
Oh man, it makes tokens.
It does. It makes 2 1/1 white warriors with first strike. Damn. I don't know how many red cards I want. Damn.
That's tough. I think we do want the kill shot. Although, actually, no, that's better in a more defensive deck.
Right.
Like, we just want to make guys.
No, I love Blazebringer. Don't get... Look, I can make fun of Blazebringer because I love it. Because it's the worst 4/4 for 3 that kills itself at the beginning when it attacks. We're getting Scaldkin back out of this pack. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, we get the green fixing.
I think we still take it.
I take it because it's still the 2 main colors, and then I'm just like, well, yep, I sure picked red. It's still fine though because it's effectively a it's a white black duel. It's a skull step steep, sand step, sand. What's the white black duel?
I don't remember the white black duel.
Skull Skull Step Steep.
Scoured Barrens.
That's it. The Skull Step Steep.
So you're looking at Sandstep Citadel and just trying to put skull in the name.
Well, look, that's because I know the black white duel has the little skull on it. Like,
Oh, right. Skull
that's
Step Steep.
that's all I
Yeah.
remember about. That's all I remember about the art of the card. Is it's like this desert, except for there's a little skull sitting on it.
Well, I think I have to apologize.
Abort.
Damn it.
It's fine. We'll rework the plan around new information has come to light, and we'll make it work.
Well, we got the Sandstep Citadel at least.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Just out of consistency. That's fine.
Man, that thing is good. It's like oppressively good.
Yeah.
We're gonna harsh sustenance people out of the game.
Yeah. We have the land to splash that right here. It's right there. Uh-huh. 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 Throttle. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ponyback Brigade. Uh-huh. 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 Uh-huh.
Well, you said it.
Uh-huh.
I don't have much more to say about this. I guess hooting mandrills if we're green.
I think my green is just
Also okay.
I think green is just the ascendancy. All
That'd be
right.
fair too.
How about this? What if
In which case, Ponyback Brigade is the pick.
what if we're still greed?
Ooh.
What if fixing is a myth and nobody really needed it anyway? You know? Like we just draw plain swamp. Like
Yep.
what if hunting skulls?
Wow, Rush of Battle as an upgrade to our Warflare.
Man,
Upgrade.
yeah. I would actually pick it as an upgrade to Warflare if we didn't have,
Yeah.
the, you know.
Wait, hold on.
Holding
Make
on.
that guy huge again? Because
Make-
I've seen that haircut somewhere before. Who is that guy? Ah, that specific haircut. I know I've seen that. But, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a shovel, too. His illustration is weird as heck.
I like it. I see the Bloodfell Caves over there too.
Okay. No, you're right. Fixing isn't real.
Right, like
And we don't need any.
here's the thing. My deck's probably still fine as like this, and by that I mean that's 18 cards. Good God, nuts, 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 nuts. All right, everything's fine. Let's go back to our gate crash days where fixing is a myth and nobody picks gates anyways. That's a really late bring low.
Well, you could have mana fixing for a color we're not using. You could have a morph that will never turn over because we would rather be doing Ponyback Brigade.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a spell that copies nothing.
How many murders?
You could always. You could also have a house that goes on a creature.
We got one of those sitting in the board already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we got the Blazer back. I'm gonna pick up like Shambling Attendants because it might make it in based on the fact that I don't have I don't have enough playables right now.
Decent. They have Death Touch.
Yeah.
It's the Basilisk thing just for 3 more months.
That's what Dell was supposed to do,
Right.
right?
To burn off 3 cards just to make it adequate
We
creature.
didn't need cards in our color anyway.
Yay! Yay, Skullkin!
We didn't need banners in our color anyway.
Oh yeah, molting snakeskin.
Alright.
See, now I love this deck.
Alright, this deck is gonna be something interesting. Okay. I was Abzan Ascendancy, damn it. One mana for a 1/1 flyer isn't really that good, but 3 mana to make everything into a 1/1 flyer? Okay. So this is 23 cards, and I'm gonna cut out the cards I don't want to play. Okay. So this is. I still need 5 more cards to put in.
Alrighty, what does Dragon Throne of Tarkir actually do?
Whew. Equipped creature has Defender, and 2, tap. Other creatures you control gain trample and +X/+X and, until end of turn, where X is this creature's power.
Okay, so we put Ugin's Construct on the Dragon Throne, and then he flushes our opponent down the toilet.
Yeah, after 9 mana over the course of end turns. These are morphs at the worst case. Oh my god, am I playing Rakshasha's Secret? No.
I would honestly rather have the main molting snakeskin than the main that.
You just like go to town on like Avon Skirmisher and that's it.
Yeah. Or, give Chief of the Edge a way to regenerate.
Right, while
It
attacking for
always
5.
dies. Yeah.
Or like Alabaster Kieran.
Yeah, turn Alabaster Kieran into a Sarah Angel or something.
Er, er. Should have picked Avon too.
I'm glad you said it.
I'm just reading the zoo. And also, I probably should have. Because I would like enough playables to not have to go into a third color right now. Warflare. Mardu Charm. God, I don't want to bring in more 3-color cards, but I'm going to bring in more 3-color cards. And then...
I really, really wish that Firehoof Cavalry was a warrior.
It's a Berserker.
It's a berserker.
Uh-huh.
Every time I look at it, I just have to. It's not a warrior.
This horse is wearing the ring.
Oh, he's got the orange
He's got
charred
the
ring.
Yeah, the orange charred ring. That's the only special thing about this, and he's what's he got? A sword.
Oh, he's got the Murakumo.
Okay. If we take out all the red, it looks like this, and then I put in like Shambling Attendants, Molting Snakeskin.
Siegecraft.
Holy crap! I need 3 more cards still. Rakshasha's Secret. I'm making a face. this rune mark turns on with blue or green.
Excellent. You know what? It turns on in the sense that they get death touch, which you don't need because your creature is already bigger. So it's like it never matters anyway.
If I'm playing Sultai Rune Mark, I'm playing Molten Snakeskin anyway. That's the over
Yeah.
it. Like, put in your goddamn dragon. No, this is double red. Do you know how uncastable this is? Oh my god. I'll never. I'll never. I'll never. Okay. I want to live this dream.
Oh, yeah. Turn 4, Orc Sure Shot. Turn 5, Flip Ponyback Brigade.
Yep. Alright, this is what I'm going with. Play the dragon. No. Alright, so this is it. This is what we're doing.
It's fine. It's fine. Just morph and then crush them.
Let's
2
do it.
mountains for 3 red cards. Yeah.
Look, the dragons are there. This is
Wait, if we
constant.
had had like the black or the white dragon, that would be in color.
Alright. Yes, I'd like to play first.
Gorgeous. I love it.
Roll it.
Alabaster Curate has light requirements. It's fine.
We're good.
Oh,
We're good.
the classic Naya cons of Tarkir.
Sure would be sweet if I could cast that. God. I just... I immediately lose to my splash. Immediately. Not even close. Oh no! A 1-2. I'm ruined.
Crap, we're stuck right in place by a squire.
I'm dead as hell. So yeah, Naya. This is my woolly fuck to... Oh. Ooh. Slionang casts a card face down using an alternate cost. Game notes. No.
7 cards and no instants or sorceries. Or lands. Ah!
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Crush him. You know you want to crush.
But what if he's got a trick? Hate blade.
See, now we can cast Warflare or Mardu Skull Hunter.
This is fake. This is too fake.
Well, our opponent once again did not make a land drop or get the ability to cast any spells, so they discard Gurmag Angler.
Yep. I'm going to attack now. I'm going to, at the end of my turn, make a bunch of 1/1s, and then I'm going to War Flare. And that's it. That's the game.
And number 3, Map the Wastes.
Oh,
Ooh, coming in for a beatdown.
here's the beatdown.
Unless holding the old lady back is a better plan.
Doesn't matter. I've got lethal either way. Because my deck, look, 4 color, no worries. You don't even have to think about it. I don't even need to show you this card, but I will.
I guess your Tiller Nephilim wins the day. Good lord. Guess what? It's worse than that.
Aha!
Also, my guy gets death.
You've been ruined! What the hell? Alright, so we win.
Victory.
Sweet.
So, our opponent had some cards. Looked like Sultai.
Yep, Well, I'm gonna hit this button.
Sure you don't want Cranial Archive?
Ooh.
The big sideboard.
Let's rock. Oh, sweet.
I see 3 colors of mana. That's bonkers.
Yeah.
And you can even upgrade your 2/1 into a 4/5.
What if I just... I'll consider playing it when turn 3 comes.
Hey, we might not have to. See, look at all these dual lands. Those are worthless.
Junk.
They
Garbage.
just gum everything up.
Right, like you just drop basics and everything's basically fine forever.
When you like your lands to enter the battlefield untapped and then immediately use them.
Yeah.
It's like this amazing technology.
By the way, I think the Orc Sure Shot is going to do a hell of rude things. And it's actually the main reason I don't want to play these. Map the Wastes. That's a rampant growth.
An expensive rampant growth. I love it.
Okay.
Glorious.
Easy every time.
You know what? Leading the game with a 4/5 is probably fine. And what are they going to do? Throttle it?
Yeah. Look at you and your, like, spells that fix mana and your dual lands.
You're just working too hard.
Really, it's not necessary. No, you even got looting going on. I assume you're looting at least. Like, that's what this card.
Wait, do we get to know what they picked?
Cons.
Ah, cons.
So that is looting. All right. Well, here's the rest of this. You know, you can. It's fine. Ugin's construct shows up.
You'll cast Terminate.
Yasha! Alright, so next turn we get the Sure Shot, and the turn after that we get to -4/-4. We didn't play Outcast last turn because I'm trying to prepare Orc Sure Shots and because I would have had to sack half of it to Ukin's Construct.
Yeah. Now that's still a fine thing to do when like your 2-1 has been outclassed on the board,
Mm-hmm.
but there's nothing on this board.
Yes. Like, there's nothing here. And my opponent sure as hell isn't committing anything? End of combat.
Oh no!
Ah! Ruined!
Target artifact.
Alright, Orc Sure Shot. Do you have Shock?
I have yet to see anyone play Shock. I know it exists, but it's uncommon, so it's like, nope, that one never comes up.
Yep. I'm fine with my opponent spending that sort of primo kill spell on my creature. Debilitating Injury.
Shock.
Shock.
Okay.
And a Jeskai Elder. Alright, so I'm actually going to play Sandstep Outcast and Jeskai Student this turn.
Sounds pretty good. We'll be able to maybe trade off the student and get it back with Timely Horde Mate.
Right. That's almost the entirety of that plan, based off Defiant Strike. So...
I don't think Shock is really bad. I think Shock is excellent, especially in this format. So much that a 3-mana Shock is good.
yeah.
We have a couple 3-mana Shocks that are actually rather good.
We want the flyer. We want number of creatures in play.
Oh, the rider on the Ferocious never matters.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
pretty
non-existent,
much
yeah.
correct, yeah.
So my opponent is looting like mad. Is liable to always have cards that are on. Map the Wastes, okay.
Goodness.
No attacks.
Nuts!
Alright, so we do this. Alright, so, let's go ahead and make a team. Put 1/1 flyer in play. Alright, sweet. Alright, and then we just do this. Because magic is fake.
Oh, prowess, right?
Yeah. And nothing is real. And we'll attack with everything and see if he prowesses to save it. So, magic is fake.
Mm-hmm.
We've learned this.
So let's see. Eaten by crocodiles.
That would be fine, because we just get a bunch of flyers for trouble. Like, he discarded Throttle, and we...
Yay!
Alright, sweet!
We win.
So, our red won one game, and our green won one game.
Good.
Alright. We have proven that magic is fake.
I am baffled. Our opponent did spend a long time not doing anything at all.
He was looting for like 12 turns. Yeah, our opponent only had one creature, and it was Jeskai Elder.
Jeskai Elder to victory.
No, he discarded the Gurmag Angler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, looks like we'll be a while on the wait. Let me...
Well, I could put this window over here. And then put Diablo on this window over here. Gain some levels.
I was going to... have you made a new seasonal character.
Yeah,
I
season out. And,
I did that
yeah.
myself on Sunday. We one of my old roommates was like, "Hey, let's make new hardcore seasonal characters because they
Yeah.
they missed the train on uh, like they didn't really care for hardcore, I guess,
Mm.
when they were playing last season. So they were just playing their normal ones, and I had one I was playing with them. But then this season, they're like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and try hardcore out." So I started a new wizard up because I always have to have my wizard, and he started a crusader, and we started down that path. So
Excellent. Yeah.
yeah,
Once again, a monk, of course,
yep.
because I like things that are bad.
Yep, much like me being the wizard, you've got to have. Ooh, what's the Kibri this time?
Jojo Kibri.
Jojo Kibri.
This time I'm going to see if I can get the. I mean, because cooldown reduction is like an eventual plan anyway, I could get cooldown reduction up to the point where I'm constantly activating my Mystic Ally, and that's my
Oh,
stand. Because the activations on Mystic Allies are actually great, and it's 30-second cooldown on them. But I don't know if that plan holds up into like later levels and
yeah,
everything.
like torment
Right.
zones. Yeah, I I guess I haven't actually even looked at like what changes were made in the most recent patches. If there was something huge that went on, but
Mm.
I didn't hear anybody
It's
mention.
mostly changes in the stuff, like
Yeah.
different legendaries, modifications to legendaries. Oh, hey, level 50.
Hmm.
That's not bad.
The chaos drafter theory, like having one drafter who has no idea what they're doing just throws everybody else off. I've seen that happen in real life at like I've seen that happen at
Huh.
like stores where like one person is just like, you know what, like we were playing a Zendikar draft and one person's like, you know what I'm gonna do, I'm drafting 5 color, so they just drafted the best card in the pack every time, and everybody else's decks were just like horrid for it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was something. They ended up in 4 colors, non-green, all allies, and like good removal spells or whatnot. So, how far along are you in leveling up your monk?
I just hit 50,
Oh, okay.
so we're coming right along. Me and the stand.
Okay. Yeah, I've just jumped in once, and I'm somewhere around 20 something now. So,
Yeah.
but 70 is we'll get there. That's not too long of a climb. You know what? Speaking of Diablo, I know what I can pull up. Hmm. If I search Diablo 3's... Ah! Okay, sweet. I found it.
My life has the appropriate amount of Diablo in it right now.
That's good. Not too little, not too much.
Like I understand that in some cases you need to hang chandeliers and having a way to pull them down, and, like change the candles or whatever. That's important because how else are you going to get up there? And it's much more convenient if you just have like a little chain or something. So dropping chandeliers as a combat tactic makes sense because they have the chains and whatever. So what's the deal with the large, precarious beds of coals loosely strung to the walls with like rope? Why is that there?
Like, what possible purpose do those serve?
What does the burning trough do in the abstract?
You've got to feed your... What eats out of a burning
It's
trough?
it's a it's just made to be tilted over onto zombies. There's no excuse for this device.
We put it here so that we could feed our something. Something has to eat out of the burning trough.
Right, the ash boar.
Hmm.
Eats only burning coal,
I eat only burning garbage.
and it also loves being fed by having the food tilted onto its face from this height on the wall. And the wall is the most convenient place to put it, of course. So
Ah, defeated.
uh,
Burning trough. Jagged Poppet is a card that I think I tried to play in limited like 2 or 3 times. And if you try to actually play Jagged Poppet in draft, it's a really easy way to just get murdered. Because you're like, oh sweet, this card's great. It'll work perfectly with my plan of discard my entire hand on turn 3, which doesn't work so well when your like interactions with it are like you get +1/+1 on or +1/+0 in regen on your rats. Alright, I think when this one finishes, I can go get some upgrades. Were there ever Hellbent decks? There were never decks that were designed around using the Hellbent mechanic in the sense of I'm going to attack you with my Hellbent creatures like the rats, the 2-mana rats, or like decks that decidedly discarded cards out of like Avatar of Discord. There were 2 specific Hellbent cards, however, that saw play regardless of their power, of like the Hellbentness status of it, or because of it. Infernal Tutor, because of its interaction with Lion's Eye Diamond, still sees play. And Rakdos Pit Dragon, I don't know if still sees. Oh, I'm sorry, I completely forgot about Demon Fire in there.
Demon Fire is the one that I was thinking of.
Yeah, Demon Fire is the one that was like an actual spell that you basically played without the Hellbent anyway, and then sometimes it also had Hellbent, because Urzatron was a deck when Demon Fire was a card. But yeah, the Rakdos Pit Dragon was played in like a couple legacy lists that were just like, I dump my hand of Mana Writs and play Blood Moon and Trinisphere and Rakdos Pit Dragon go. Alright, I need upgrades. I can just hear the stands or I can feel it.
This vague bone crunching noise. Yeah, so.
Ooh, reduce damage from demons.
Ooh, I could use that.
Yeah.
Man.
That would do you some good, I think.
Honestly, I could use more reduced damage from humans right now.
I think we all could use that.
Yeah. Most dangerous animal.
What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing just a doubloon. Nothing stops Demon Fire. But yeah, so it's not like the Hellbent decks were ever like, I am designed to go to no cards in hand and then abuse that fact. It was just kind of like a secondary feature of all the cards they played.
I saw a Hellbent deck
Oh?
that used, what is it called?
One with nothing?
Oh, I wish. I love that card. Is it Bottled Cloister?
Oh,
that what it was called?
That's...
So it was like secretly a draw engine, and then when it wasn't your turn, all your Hellbent stuff was on?
Yeah. It's secretly you drew 2 cards, but you weren't able to play anything on your opponent's turn.
Right. And if they destroy the model itself, then all your cards go away.
Yep. Which was like a real... That could happen.
Yeah, especially with Tin Street Hooligan around. Jeez.
Yeah, well, not only that, but like putrefy. Like, that's
Yeah.
or like even out of control decks, it's like Angel of Despair, that sort of thing.
Oh, man. Ghost Dad.
Ghost, or Solar Flare, I think was the that was
Oh,
the
man.
that was the Reanimator style deck that would like Peace of Mind to discard a Chroma and then played Resurrection on a Chroma or Angel of Despair. Or it would get to late game and they'd play Debtor's Knell.
Oh, man. That happened? People played Debtor's Knell?
In Standard,
Like in
yes.
Standard? Oh, my God.
There were control decks that played, there was a deck that was, I don't remember the name of it, but it played Greater Good, Yosei and Kakusho, and Debtor's Knell.
Jeez.
So let me tell you how sweet it is when you just Yosei lock your opponent with Yosei, Debtor's Knell, and Greater Good. Every turn, I will pick up this 5/5, and then I will sack it to draw 5 cards, and discard 3, and also you don't untap.
Man.
And then when the game gets to a point where I just feel like winning, I'll pick up Kakusho, which I discarded because of this looting.
The best part is that with 2 Yoseis and Debtor's Knell, you could just sort of keep the lock.
Yes.
It's like return a Yosei, okay, return another Yosei, they both die, tap 10 permanents, you skip 2 untapped phases because it's stuck, stacked.
It's stacked because you didn't need the sack outlet effectively if you had both, and then you just
Right.
won through any card. But yeah, there were multiple decks that played Debtor's Knell back in that standard format.
Man.
It was that was a weird standard format. I played a lot of it. That was probably the
That still had Heartbeat of Spring, didn't it?
yes.
Freaking Heartbeat decks.
I remember every once in a while you'd run into somebody who would be like Heartbeat, and then you'd be like, okay, I'll pass, and then you'd do your thing, and then they'd be like, all right, cool, untap, and do like any manner of crazy manipulations with their lands, and then they would transmute for Maga Traitor to Mortals. And be like, well, I have 27 mana. What if you lost 24 life when this creature came into play? Like, I can't even remember any of the specific interactions that would make it go infinite back in that standard, but there were enough with Heartbeat, and Heartbeat always has that. Yeah, you just have, what else did that standard format have? That standard format had decks that played Simic Sky Swallower.
Yeah.
That standard format had Magnivore.
Oh, I loved Magnivore.
The Wildfire.
Freaking Owling Mine.
Owling Mine existed.
Owling Mine had to be my favorite.
It existed for effectively one tournament, where it was like real, and then everyone kind of knew about it. And it was, but it was just like, what if I made you draw 4 cards on your turn and then bounced your lands? And you couldn't do anything about it, and then the owl.
And then this 2 mana artifact hits you for 4.
Every turn. Yep. The Wildfire decks would play like Dream Leash, which would let them steal a tapped permanent. And Annex.
Oh my god, Annex.
So
yes.
they would play their like spell suite would be like Annex your land on turn 3 because of a signet. Dream Leash a land of yours on turn 4, and it doesn't matter what creatures you played because turn 5 is Wildfire. I'll sack 2 of your lands to Wildfire, and you'll lose 4 of your lands at every creature you control. And then you're like behind forever, and Magnivore shows up. How many decks exist for one tournament? The best ones. The most exciting decks have a very short lifespan where they show up and work a lot, like work because of their uniqueness and the ability to
Mm.
uh, like be the unknown coming in. It's a lot easier to sideboard and play around what you know is coming, just as a rule. Like if you're familiar with it, you can at least play correctly around it. Whereas like Owling Mine, what the hell do you actually do when you first run into that deck? You know?
Yeah, but by the time you figure it out, it's already too late.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
just really far behind.
Mm-hmm. The I'm trying to think of other decks that were like kind of like a one-shot wonder sort of thing. There've been a couple like modern decks that have been like that.
Right, they show up for one tournament and then the emergency ban hammer happens and they're like, we don't want turn 3 kills in modern.
Modern right now has a possible turn 2 in one of the better decks.
Really?
So Modern right now has a number of like there's always Splinter Twin, that combo exists,
Right.
but the deck that's currently one of the big ones around is Amulet Bloom.
Yeah.
So this deck uses
Amulet of Vigor.
yes, Amulet of Vigor, which is a 1 mana artifact that says when a permanent would come into play. I'm sorry, when a permanent comes into play tapped that you control, untap it. It's a 1 mana artifact, and it's card comes into play and it untaps. You play that on turn 1, and then on turn 2, you play your second land. You play Summer Bloom, a card that I think is an 8th edition. It really doesn't matter where it's really from, but it's green and 1. You can play 3 lands this turn, additional lands this turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have 3 land drops. So you go, all right, I will go ahead and play a green bounce land. So the bounce land comes into play, untaps from the amulet trigger, you tap it for 2, and it bounces to your hand. And then you do this 2 more times, and you have 6 mana on turn 2. And what do you do with the 6 mana? You cast Primeval Titan. And what do you do with this Primeval Titan? More shenanigans. You use it to grab Slayer's Stronghold and Boros Garrison to give it haste and vigilance. You then can grab what's the other card that it can grab? Sunhome, Fortress of the Legion, to give it double strike.
Tasty.
The actual turn 2 win involves like multiple copies of Summer Bloom and like this exact setup of being able to 20 your opponent. It's not likely, but it does occur. It's a non-zero chance, and it's more of like a 5%, maybe not even 5%, but it's there. It'll happen in an event. Unlike other combo decks where it's like, well, what's your turn 3 win? Well, it's like, okay, if I drew 3 copies of Simeon's Spirit Guide, like, okay, that's a good start. Like, but so the rest of the deck is cards that this deck also has a Hive Mind win condition.
Beautiful.
Because so I mentioned that you get 6 mana off of the 3 plays of Summer Bloom.
Like, right.
So you play Hive
So you
Mind.
could play like a single bounce land and have it bounce itself and then just replay it.
Yep. So you play your bounce land 3 times, and you play Hive Mind, and your deck plays 4 copies of Summoner's Pact because you want to get that Primeval Titan. And it's turn 2. And that turn 2 victory doesn't even need, like, weird shenanigans. You just need to have, like, a set of 5 specific cards in your hand.
I already love it. The best part about this is that Amulet of Vigor, like ordinarily this would be kind of a singleton, kind of crappy to draw at multiples kind of thing, but the way it works, each one triggers, so you can respond to the trigger by tapping the land, so it all basically
double.
stacks.
Yeah, if you have two amulets, you get two activations of your land. Yeah, it gets silly. But yeah, the deck plays like four Summoners Pact, a couple Pact of Negation. It also plays a bunch of Tolaria Wests to go find like its land pieces and the Summoners Pacts.
Mm.
It's it plays a bunch of lands that have kind of like odd off effects, like a Kalani Garden to make a 0/1 blocker. Because when you have a bunch of bounce lands, it's very easy to like recur these repeatedly if necessary. So Radiant Fountain is another that is used a lot in it because it's just gain 2 life when it comes into play. So against the aggressive decks, you just like play that 4 or 5 times. It's the other land that has an effect that it plays. Kalani Garden, Tolaria West. I thought there was one more. And then like a number of other cards that make it a little more consistent. Anyway, you can win that. You can win on turn 2 with that like decently. So I don't expect that deck to be around come the next ban list.
I mean, what piece do you ban? The amulet?
I think oddly enough, the amulet's the one card that's unique to that deck and only that deck. Primeval Titan could possibly see like Urzatron play. Possibly, I don't think it does. And the amulet, even if it's not Primeval Titan, that really is the super busted part of the deck. The deck would still exist as like, okay, well I can hive mind you or whatever, or I can find. The deck used to have a win with Patron of the Moon.
Whoa! Yes!
You can see how that would infinite very quickly.
Eater of the damn.
Oh, we have started.
Ooh, hooray!
All right, you won the dice roll.
Let me put down Diablo.
Would you like to take a look at our opening hand?
I am looking at our opener. I kind of like it.
Naya forever.
Once again, we draw our Naya colors when we have a Skull Hunter in hand.
Yep.
But you know what? We wanted value from him anyway. So, or
do
well,
I think I still do.
yeah.
I'm greedy.
I mean, with a hand like this. Yeah. Oh, Crisis Averted. That's quite a name. Oh, if only we had him turn 1!
That would have been the best.
Oh
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make a 1/1 white spirit token because we want quantity.
Honestly, when do you ever make him a 3/2?
If I control Abzan Outlast things.
Hmm.
That would be...
Oh, like the Counter Lords?
Yes, Counterlords. Like, say I had the Falconer. I would probably do it then. I'm going to play the Orc Sure Shot.
Maybe our opponent will make a morph. That's when we pre-combat Mardu Skull Hunter. Come on, make a morph.
Bathe in Dragon Fire to kill off the... Okay.
Fine. Fine, you just get to discard a card.
One card.
And it's not 2 because we're Mega Greed
Because we're
Lords.
Greed Lords here.
It's fine. Next turn we'll just draw Warflare and win.
Magic the Gathering. Dazzling Ramparts, huh?
Dazzling. I am suspicious of our opponent's card quality.
Agreed.
Heck, maybe the entire draft just had worse than average card quality.
I don't know. It's possible. Mardu Heartpiercer with no effect. And he did not tap a creature when I went in with my 2/1/1 flyers.
Okay, when you get a spare moment, could you refresh the wizard eyes? I think it's... Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. It finally came back.
Oh, it's back? Okay. Let me know if it gives you trouble again. I can definitely do that.
Yeah, I thought you were really tanking on this attack a couple turns ago. I'm like, he just runs into the rampart. Oh, well... Actually, does that win us the game? Well, let's just... Whatever, crush him.
Yeah. Even if it doesn't, it kills half of his board.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Blammo!
Hello? Mm-hmm. So opponent's at 3, and we have our flyers still.
Man, we even drew kind of a lot of lands.
Yeah. Okay, opponent goes to 1. No. Burn away by 1/1.
He's too valuable.
Okay.
See, this is why I think Dazzling Ramparts is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it's like, ordinarily you'd be like, okay, tap down the flyer so he can't attack, but that would just allow him to die to the... Ah,
Alright, he's at 2. I need
this
a
is so...
creature.
I know, this is kind of hilarious, but also kind of sad, because we've seriously flooded, and even still almost... Oh my god.
That's not good here. I think I hold it. Ugh. We flooded like mad.
Okay, okay, it's fine. Next card is Ponyback Brigade.
That's the card we need. Playing this does nothing. People have mentioned it, but our opponent's name is very powerful. The Crisis Averted.
Man, now we need him to not gain life.
Okay,
Which
he didn't.
he's obligingly not.
War Shrieker. Alright.
That's looking bad.
Oh! God, no!
Oh my god.
Please, any creature.
So we get any creature.
Any
We
creature.
can win with harsh sustenance.
Any creature.
I mean, that's also, like, he needs to not have a spell to give his guy lifelink, but...
Efreet Weapon Master. Alright. That doesn't give it lifelink. Any creature. No! The burn away.
Wow.
This costs us too much. I need to untap.
I guess any creature but that. Ugh. Oh, jeez. 7, 8, 9 death if we have if he has a spell.
flying crane technique.
Okay, super death.
Oh man, that's a hell of a theft. I couldn't get it. I just needed a card in my yard. We're not losing to the.
So I guess really what we should have done is played Abzan Ascendancy and trumped,
We never.
and then we would have won.
I guess so, but I would not have ever thought that was the thing we needed.
Right. Oh my god. Let's not draw a billion lands against this guy.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Whew. Or if we're gonna draw a million lands, let's draw one more. I liked that too. I liked that part of the game where I got crushed. I actually thought that was really sweet. Like legit. My deck is awful. Let me make that clear. My deck is really bad, and I make fun of Dazzling Ramparts alone because of it. We didn't draw 13. If we drew 13 lands, we would have been fine. Like, this hand's okay.
I don't like this hand because it doesn't have the Aven Skirmisher.
Well, what if, okay, Leaping Master.
Do you want to cycle Defiant Strike?
No. Orc,
Oh.
Sure Shot. Because if I untap with it, I get to kill Leaping Master.
Outpost Siege.
Okay, what side does he want? This is important. Cons, so he gets free cards.
I mean, that's probably correct.
Yeah. All right.
Unless you're already, like, full of creatures on board, you want cons there. Oh man, sick. We also get to dome him for a bunch thanks to Molting Snakes.
What the hell? Do I want to go for that?
I mean, 2 toughness is the better thing to have regen, but the Kieran is the better thing to have power.
I'm gonna put it on Orc Sure Shot. Did I mention this deck is awful? Like
Terrible.
like I really hope that's clear to people who have jumped in now.
You know what Orc Sure Shot is? Flame Tongue Kabu.
Sweet. Okay, you got to land off the siege, which is, strong as hell. High Spire Mantis.
Want to kill High Spire Mantis?
Like Murderous Cut it?
It would allow us to attack for, what, 8?
Yes.
Like that's kind of
That's gotta be good, right?
full cost. Don't even care.
Yeah, whatever. That's 5 mana sorcery speed removal. Hey, another mountain off the top. By the way, cool thing about Molting Snakeskin?
Oh, you could just sacrifice the snake skin, huh? I've upgraded my aura into an entire creature. Okay, battle pre. Oh my goodness, I want to draw our like 2-man's man.
Nope.
Didn't do it. I mean, crush in, regen if he blocks, right?
Yeah.
It regenerates! Because I'm a snake!
What the hell? I'm not using the Defiant Strike yet. Card off the top is Treasure Cruise.
Good lord.
How the hell does he cast it? Like, he doesn't have time for that, right?
I know. I'm kind of admiring the deck
Yeah.
for having Outpost Siege and Treasure Cruise and Flying Crane technique.
I know, Flying Crane technique. So, he's got 2
Oh, he's
mana.
doing it anyway.
Yep.
Whoa.
2 mana. Jeskai Sage.
So we play a creature and win?
We play.
That's
Ugin.
awesome.
We play Ugin's Construct and sacrifice Molting Snakeskin. Because Molting Snakeskin is a colored permanent.
It is a permanent, and it does have at least 1 more colors.
Sweet.
Crush.
Okay.
I feel like every victory is a theft.
I feel like that too.
I think that's why this is so fun.
That was why I wanted it in the last game, but you know, it didn't happen. We didn't get it, and that's completely fine. We have no sideboard. It's not erase.
Erase for his siege.
That's effectively it. That's the only target. That
If you had something like, the thing is, you could with the Outpost Siege or the blue one, you can kind of ignore that and just deal with whatever they get. Like, all the card draw in the world doesn't matter if the rest of the cards in your deck are kind of bleh.
Right.
Oh. I really don't like this keep. It has 4 lands, and that's why we're keeping it, I guess. Oh, harsh sustenance for 0.
Okay.
That's pretty harsh.
That is a bit harsh.
Oh no.
Our opponent's playing a good creature, so that's a good 2.
Come on, 2-man's man.
Nope, but we have Kieran on 4. Okay, he's fully powered on colors. Our opponent has good cards. Don't believe he doesn't, because like Flying Crane technique, that sort of thing. The jazz. If he attacks, I don't block. Oh, he didn't attack.
Wow.
Oh, alright. I'm going to go ahead and play Aven Skirmisher.
This is probably kill shot on Alabaster Kieran,
Ooh, I should.
which would have been a reason to put Molting Snakeskin on it.
Then we don't attack.
I hate to pull you back at this step, buddy, but
I made a mistake,
Yeah.
but we can adjust. Our plan can adjust. This is fine. At this crucial juncture, I can't afford that sort of mistake.
this guy Sage holding up 3 mana. Okay. Goodness.
I'm a harsh sustenance, the seeker of the way here.
And we get our Douse and Gloom. Hooray.
That's what the card is.
You're paying for the whole, Chief, but you'll only need the edge.
I'm considering if I want Murderous Cut here.
Just cut away a 4/4.
Yeah. You know what? I'm flying. I don't need it. I want 6 damage in the air. I also have a 4/3 regenerating blocker.
It's pretty strong. If he kills a card, which he is.
He's doing 1 to my head and killing the rest of my board. Okay.
Alright, well,
Well, Molting Snakeskin did its job there.
we have a cheaper Murderous Cut.
We have the regenerating blocker. I'm gonna take the Murderous Cut on his guy there. I want...
Do we have any graveyard
We
interactions?
do. We have Timely Horde Mate. I'm deciding what card I'd want there. Flyer or Chief. I think Chief is more important.
Hmm. Oh, beautiful. And we just have more flying.
Yeah. I'll tap out for it.
Yeah, if we could possibly have it and regen mana, then that would be the thing to aim for, but
Yeah, we can't, so...
since we can't, just
That
leave the
was
cards in the grave for
yep,
our
Bathe in Dragonfire.
Oh no!
No, I kind of figured that was coming when, alright. So we get in with our flyer. This is close. Pyrotechnics is a really great card, and I don't know why you dislike it.
Pyrotechnics is great.
I don't.
What?
I don't. It's world.
Who doesn't like pyrotech? That's what?
Like the card is obscene. I can't understand the distaste.
Liquid damage.
Yeah. The ramparts are here, and the lands are also here to follow.
Oh no. Yep, this is the game slipping away.
Yep. The reason I don't like Dazzling Ramparts is I feel like Sage Eye Harriers is literally the same card, but better. This is the game slowly falling out of my hands.
How many games with any deck could we realistically win when we flood out?
Not a ton. Jeskai Tarim for +1/+1 lifelink.
Ick.
That's game here. It should be at least. Because he can tap my blocker, and if he can in any way prowess, he wins. Or he's got Flying Crane technique. Yeah! There we go.
Busted.
We were busted by the Flying Crane technique twice. Yeah, that's fine. You know what? That's 3 wins more than I thought this deck was going to get.
Well, I thought our opponent's decks were significantly worse than ours. I was happy to have an even skirmisher.
Man. I feel like that was mine to lose. Like, the mistake with molding Snakeskin cost me.
We eventually got our opponent down to 6.
I don't know, I feel like that was a key mistake. So, yeah.
Honestly, it looked like he ended up not having the kill shot anyway. We had seen it. He had mana open for it. I kind of...
I don't know, I didn't want to sacrifice it. So, yeah. I don't know. We had 2 games where Molting Snakeskin was a real ass card.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Like, honestly think that can be a thing. Like, you just... Like, when I managed to put together a 3 and less mana cost deck in Hearthstone with my Hunter... I'm just like, okay, well, anything small, just play it all. Just
Crush.
throw them all in. I ended up doing really well because no one expects it in limited events.
It's true. That's not what you're ready for. Do I want to do another? Right, do you care to do another?
Well, the zoo's pretty thirsty for it. I could do another.
All right, let's do another. I'm gonna bring the stream down, and then we're gonna go ahead and do another. So, I hope you all enjoyed the power of molting snakeskin. I think it's great. I'm very happy about all of this. Like, we lost 2 games that I could have less a care in the world for it. So, I will see you all in a little bit.